So today I am going to discuss Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. The content is basically based on the introduction of the writer, summary of the book, characters, themes, and book review. Introduction of the writer. Herman Hesse was a German Swiss author and poet, renowned for his deeply philosophical and introspective works. His writing often explores themes of self discovery, individuality, spirituality, and the tension between modernity and tradition. His most famous works include Siddhartha, Steppenwolf, Damien, and the Glass Bead Game, each delving into the human quest for meaning and personal growth. He was also awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1946. The summary of the book is Siddhartha, the son of a Brahmin, feels unfulfilled by traditional teachings and rituals, and he desires a deeper spiritual understanding. He leaves his home with his friend Govinda and joins a group of ascetics known as the Samanas who practice extreme self denial to achieve spiritual enlightenment. However, Siddhartha grows disillusioned with his path as well as and decides to seek wisdom elsewhere. He and Govinda then meets Gautama, the Buddha, whose teaching of detachment and inner peace captivate Govinda. Govinda becomes a disciple of the Buddha, but Siddhartha, while respecting the Buddha's wisdom, believes that true enlightenment cannot be taught. It must be experienced individually. He leaves Govinda and embarks on a personal journey. Siddhartha enters the material world where he experiences worldly pleasures and success through a relationship with a beautiful courtesan Kamala and a friendship with a wealthy merchant Kamswami. However, after years of indulgence, he realizes that material wealth and sensual pleasures do not bring him the fulfillment he seeks. Disillusioned once again, he leaves his affluent life behind. Eventually, Siddhartha finds solace by a river where he meets a humble ferryman named Vasudeva. Through Vasudeva's simple wisdom and his deep connection to the river, Siddhartha begins to understand that the river symbolizes the unity and flow of life. Over time, he learns to listen the river and experiences a profound inner awakening, realizing that enlightenment comes from within and involves embracing both the spiritual and material aspects of life. By the novel's end, Siddhartha achieves a deeper inner peace, having found unity in the cyclical nature of existence. His old friend Govinda, still seeking enlightenment, visits him and recognizes the wisdom in Siddhartha's serenity, understanding that true wisdoms come from personal experience rather than external teachings. The major characters of Siddhartha are Siddhartha, the protagonist of the novel. Siddhartha is a young man in search of enlightenment. He embarks on a spiritual journey, leaving behind his family, friends, and material wealth to understand the true nature of existence. His journey reflects his rejection of formal teachings and his belief in self discovery. The second character is Govinda, Siddhartha's close friend and follower. Govinda shares Siddhartha's desire for spiritual enlightenment but chooses a different path. While Siddhartha pursues self discovery, Govinda remains loyal to following established teaching, particularly those of the Buddha. The third character is Gautama the Buddha. The historical Buddha, also called Gautama in the novel, he is the founder of Buddhism and a spiritual leader who has attained enlightenment. Siddhartha meets him and admires his wisdom but believes that enlightenment cannot be taught and chooses not to become his follower. Kamala, a beautiful courtesan who teaches Siddhartha about love, sensuality, and the ways of the material world. She becomes Siddhartha's lover and later reveals that she is the mother of his son. Kamala helps Siddhartha experience life's pleasures, though he eventually realizes that this is not the path to fulfillment. Siddhartha's son. Siddhartha's son with Kamala, who appears later in the novel. Siddhartha struggles with his relationship with his son, who is rebellious and unwilling to follow his father's spiritual path. Through his relationship, Siddhartha learns the path of attachment and the difficulty of letting go. The most important thing is the major themes of the novel. The first is the quest for enlightenment. The central theme of the novel is Siddhartha's journey to attain spiritual enlightenment, emphasizes the importance of personal experience over external teachings. Individual experience versus doctrine is the second theme of this novel. Siddhartha learns that true wisdom comes from personal experience, not from following teachings or doctrines blindly. The, the third is the illusion of material success. Siddhartha's time with wealth and pleasures shows that material gains do not bring lasting happiness or spiritual fulfillment. The last theme is the detachment and acceptance. Siddhartha discovers that inner peace comes from detachment, letting go of desires and accepting life in its entirely, without clinging to pleasures or avoiding suffering. The last thing is the review of the book. The book is one of the most meaningful and full of lessons that I have ever read. I have never encountered something so profound and in depth, and I fall in love with this book every time I read it. It's a must read book. Every word of this book opens up a new world. So you should read this book and do subscribe my channel, and if you like my video then please do like it.